secret. And if you're going live, you want to make sure that you can see who viewed your live. So whether you're on FB, I'm streaming in multiple places, whether you're on FB, if you're on IG, YT, if you're on TT, you can see who came into your live. It is your responsibility. If that person didn't follow you, if that person didn't come into your program or purchase your product, you don't have their information. You want to capture their information. It's important to get your email list started. It's important that you build a relationship. It's important to be social on social media. And that's how you start building relationships, and you'll be asked to collaborate with people. You'll get people to reach out for brand deals. You'll get people to reach out to, can you, purchase my product and then showcase my product on your live. People want to do business with you if they see that you're consistent, you're trustworthy, you have obviously the energy that they're looking for. But if you're not showing up and you're not connecting with anybody, you're just posting and hoping for the best, then we're doing it wrong. Houston, we have a problem. And I know most of you are going to say, but you're afraid to talk to people. Most of you are going to say, well, wait, Jerusha, I'm afraid to talk to people because I'm an introvert. I wasn't taught to talk to strangers. It was stranger danger when I grew up. It was stranger danger, stranger danger. And so you weren't taught to talk to people. You were taught to run from people. How many of us were taught to run from people? Like, you're just scared of everybody, which is interesting to me. If you're afraid of everybody, how is it that you can go out to an event, being i.e. a club or a winery or a hookah bar, and you meet somebody, and all of a sudden, you know how to meet strangers. All of a sudden, you're exchanging phone numbers with a stranger. All of a sudden, you're giving out all your personal information, going home with people. But when it is time to do business on social media, you become this introvert where, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get people's names and numbers. You do know how. We do exactly what we want to do. And so I always find it interesting that you can do it at the club or at a setting, at the cookout or wherever. You know how to meet people and exchange phone numbers and emails. But when we're saying you have to do that on social media to build your brand, you have to do that on social media. You have to network on social media. All of a sudden, you're like, I feel weird. I feel like I'm annoying. I feel like, they might think I'm crazy. You don't feel that way in other situations. So why would you feel that way now? Exactly. Okay, because we do what we want to do. That's right. You got it right. And so know that this is coming from a place of love. I understand it because I've worked with people over the years, thousands of people I've trained over the years, developed leaders. When I say I've touched, to me, every personality type, every situation there could be, I have experienced it. Thank you so much for the love. Thank you for double tapping the screen. I have experienced it. So I always tell people, especially women, because I work with mostly women. Yeah, when you met that guy, you gave your number freely. Remember? Okay, so now you need to just make connections on social media and start talking. You told him your whole story. Okay, it's that same energy. Keep that same energy when you're trying to build your business. Now, I used to teach people actually how to network face-to-face, which is probably one of the hardest skills. And so being on social media, you could just text. Like being on social media, you could just text people and talk in the DMs and comments. But imagine being face-to-face where you actually had to go, excuse me, let me ask you a quick question. What is it that you do professionally? Excuse me, let me ask you a quick question. What industry are you in? Excuse me. Imagine having to do it face-to-face every single day to collect names and numbers every single day. You guys got it good. This is the good life. You living a good life, baby. You're just chatting behind the screen. I'm just chatting it up. That's all you have to do. Now, you do want to learn what to say because words, in my opinion, do matter. If you're excited, that's great. Enthusiasm would carry you a long way. But it is important that you also know how to answer questions. It is important that you know the benefits of your product and your services. It is important that you know how to serve people. So those are skills that you can learn. Anybody can learn a skill. Most of the problem is we're in our own way. That's the problem. We're in the way of ourselves. I know I'm my biggest problem. I'm my biggest problem. Yes, thank you so much for the shout out. If you have a business, hey, Layna Lee in the what? How you doing, Lena Lee? If you have a business question, I'm happy to answer your question. This is Wednesday night where I answer business questions from my community as well as from TT. So if you have a sales and marketing question, I'm here to answer it. We're talking about, starting conversations that convert into cash. And so if you want to come up on the live because you have a question, I would love that. I have no problem with answering your questions. And so what I find most is most people say when they start DMing people, they don't know what to say. They draw a blank. They're like, okay, hey, how are you? Which is weird on social media. And so you don't want to actually go to people's DMs and go to their pages and just say, hey, how are you? It seems weird. It seems the S word. Okay. And so it's like, what are you talking about? Why are you saying, hey, how I'm doing? Or, if it sounds like you are not trying to be business partners and you're trying to be other things, yeah, that's weird. All of that is weird. So when you are deciding that you want to connect with somebody, you definitely need to know what you're going to say. And I strongly recommend getting my scripts because it tells you from start to finish how to start conversations and how to finish conversations. So not just talking randomly to people, but actually saying to people, hey, thank you so much for loving on my content. Were you being supportive or did you want to learn how to kayak, or whatever your content was about? Thank you so much for loving on my content. Were you being supportive? Or do you have a dog? If I was a dog groomer or if I was in the dog industry, I sold dog products, I would be asking every single person, I would be starting that conversation. Every person that likes my stuff, comments, shares, I will be going to their page and saying, oh, thank you so much for loving on my content about my dogs. Were you just being supportive or do you have a dog? Were you being supportive or do you use a certain dog toothpaste? Were you being supportive or whatever the content was about? You build the relationship. Does that make sense? Yes, nobody's coming to save you. Thank you for saying that. No one's coming to save you. Save yourself. Okay? Get out. The movie Get Out? Get out. You got to get out of your own way. And that starts with you being bold. That starts with you being courageous. That starts with you saying, you know what? I'm going to put it all on the table. I got one life to live. That starts with you saying, I'm ready to learn. I'm going to fall my way forward, baby. And so that's how we do it. We fall forward to success. Nobody's getting out alive. See, the thing about life, nobody's getting out alive. You're not. At the end of the day, this is the one life that we have. So the average woman lives to about 90 years old, right? 90 to 100 years old, they're good health and all the things. And so in order to live that long, right, what are you going to be doing? Don't you want to do something fun? Don't you want to be remembered for something? Don't you want to have, a church named after you, a park, a bench, a street? Don't you want to leave a legacy? Don't you want to be remembered by your grandchildren, their grandchildren, their grandchildren? So you want to make your mark on the world. So I oftentimes, my father passed October the 11th of 2024. And I'm like, God, what is all this about? I keep asking him, what is it about? Just to live for 90 to 100 and then we're dead. Then the next generation live 90 to 100, then we're dead. Like, what is actually the point? Like, why experience this? Like, I'm grateful that I'm here. Lord, thank you. Hallelujah. But I'm like, what is it? Like, we really don't know. I don't think we actually know. I think he gives us opportunity and gives us gifts. And he's like, okay, I'm going to see what you're going to do with it. Right. And if we use it, great. We have great lives or we experience. But even in my opinion, people who live great lives still have hardship because people still pass away. Like, it's like you could do everything right. And that situation still is happening. You could be the most, humble person, follow the 10 commandments and still has tragedy. And so you're just like, man, I'm not going to get out of this alive. Thank you so much. I appreciate the love. So yes, thank you so much for the follow. If you're not following me, please follow me on my new page, Jerusha Official, on my TT page. Follow me on Jerusha Official, my TT page, because this page that I'm on, I'm definitely going to build this other page. And so I'm taking this audience over there. So please subscribe to my YouTube, right? But also right here on my new page, Jerusha Official on TT. Make sure you follow me on this page. So yes, thank you so much. So let me see. Any other questions I need to answer? Did I answer your question? Yes or yes? I did. Okay. Yes. She said, you answered my question. Okay. She said, what about if you don't know what to say? If you don't know what to say when you are talking to people, I do have a workbook with my scripts in it. I do guarantee my work. If you are using my scripts, it's a plug and play system. So you will plug my scripts into a system and the system will follow up for you and say, what you need to say to follow up with people. But you have to start the conversation and then you'll get them in your sales funnel. And so, like I just gave you the example, this is the easiest way that I can share this with you tonight is when someone likes your content, loves on your content, comments on your content, it's your responsibility to go to that person's page, love on the page, and then you can ask the person down in the DMs, hey, thank you so much for loving on my content. Were you just being supportive or whatever your content is about, you're going to say, were you just being supportive or do you also have a dog grooming service? Or were you being supportive? That's if you are in dog grooming, like whatever your business is, you're going to ask a question that leads to your offer. Okay. Oh, Miss Merla Jones is in the building. How you doing, gorgeous? Good to see you. Yes. So whatever your business is about, you're going to ask that question. So say if you have, like me, I sell services, coaching services, I have courses, I have ebooks and things of that nature. So if someone were to like my content, I would say, thank you so much for loving on my content. Are you earning as much as you would like on social media? Are you leveraging and monetizing social media as much as you would like? I will be asking a question leading to my offer. My girl, I just did a Facebook Live entitled Jerusha Says. Yes, I got to see it. Okay, yes, I have to see that. So I just got off a beautiful Zoom with some amazing women I would not have met. So sometimes it takes one person. I met a girl, she's the drop shipping girl, Miss Kira Kay, and she has her own community. She invited me to come speak to them and just kind of pour into them and get motivated and excited that we all can win. And so in doing that, I met a lot of great people. One of them is Miss Merla. And so am I pronouncing that correct? And she said she just did a Facebook highlight about what Jerusha said. She said what Jerusha says. And so just that fast, you can communicate with people, build relationships, feel energy, collaborate with people, but you have to show up. They're not going to know who you are. They don't know the value that you have until you share it. And so you can't be afraid to share it. You just got to do it. You just got to do it scared. For all those people are like, this is my year. I'm going to do it. You said you were going to lose weight. Just do it. For all of those people who said, I'm starting a blog, just do it. For all of the people, I'm writing a book, just do it. For all the people say, I'm going to do TikToks, I'm going to do Reels, I'm going to do podcasts, just do it. For all the people starting a nonprofit, for starting a business this year, for all the people, just do it. I'm going to get out my comfort zone. Just do it. Stop talking about it. The way we spend our time defines who we are. Just do it. My son is so funny. My son, I have two boys, hashtag mama boys. And my youngest, he would jump in the car and say, I'm going to be the best, at basketball. I'm going to dunk. I'm going to do all these things. And my oldest son looked at him one day and he was like, just do it. Like, stop all that talking. Show me what you're made of. And so a lot of times my mother would say, your tongue in your mouth and your tongue in your shoes are going in two different directions. You talk too much. You never shut up. So we got to get in the habit of making sure our tongue in our mouth and our tongue in our shoes are going in the same directions. Baby, we just talking and flapping and going nowhere fast. Miss Merla, thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate you. So you're more than welcome, yes, to come up on the live. If you have a question about how to start conversations, because that's what we're talking about, your sales and marketing strategies, where you're posting all this content, but you're not connecting with the people. And so what we do over here is we have 3 things that we're looking for on social media: customers, clients, and connections. Write that down. I call it the 3 C's: customers, clients, connections. That's why we're on social media. That's what we're here to do. We're here to collaborate. We're here to do those things. We want to make connections. We want to build relationships, and relationships that's not just on social media. If I go out of town and I am in your city and you're somebody that, like Bola, when I go to her city, I'm like, Bola, let's go to lunch. You want to meet the people that you've seen for so long through the internet, through the interwebs. So it's not just a relationship online. We want to take this offline. We want to go to TikTok live and retreats, and we want to do all the things because we are community. We're a family. That's what you're building. It's not just something you do when you have time. And this is for the people who have a business. Now, if you don't have a business and this is just fun times, that's great. Okay. You're just on here for, fun and see what you can see and battle people every now and then. That's great. But some of us are really here to market and thrive and take full advantage of the tool, because we use tools. Don't be a fool, use a tool. That's what we do. We use tools. Your microwave is a tool. Your cell phone is a tool. Your car is a tool. Social media is a tool. So we're going to use it till the wheels fall off. Like your car, you use it till the wheels fall off, right? You're like, I'm not buying another car. I'm going to drive this car till I can't drive it anymore. Okay, that's what I need you to do. Have that same energy for social media. Yes. She said, you're funny. I try to be. I'm actually not funny, but I try to be. So if you get my type of humor, then baby, you might be special. You might be special. If you get my humor, you're special. Okay. And I'm okay with that because I'm a special type of person too. And so I understand. So yes, most people won't tell you what you want, need to hear. They tell you what you want to hear. And so a lot of times, even in my analogies and my stories, I am going to tell you what you need because I want to see you grow. And so the point for me isn't just to get you excited and motivated. It's to get you in action. That's the whole point. It's to make you move. That's the point. So if you want to engage with more people, ask questions. Now, there is something called engagement marketing. Write that down. So when you do engagement types of questions, you get people to start interacting on your post. So if you don't know what that looks like, if you have a service-based business, you're in insurance, you're in real estate, you have a coaching program, whatever it is, you can ask engaging questions that lead to your offer. You understand this? So let me give an example. If you are in insurance, you could say something like, if something unexpected happened tomorrow, would your family be protected or would they be stressed out? Question mark. Now, you didn't have to say you sell insurance. You could just ask a question. You're going to put it in text form. You're in insurance and you're going to say, if something unexpected happened tomorrow, would your family be protected or would they be stressed? Question mark. Now, most people are going to say stressed, fighting. Most people are going to start commenting. Guess what? Those are leads. Those are your people. They just told you the story. You didn't have to run behind them. You didn't have to ask them 50,000 times. All you did was ask an engaging question that that's going to start controversy, that people have to tell you their opinion on social media. They just got to tell you their perspective. And now you get to go build your own personal relationship and you can offer your product, your service, your opportunity. You can offer, hey, so your family would be stressed out. So would that be realistic for me to say that y'all probably don't have insurance, that you need life insurance, that you need policies for your family? Is that a right assumption? Because anybody that's replying, we fight and stressed out, looking for money, trying to bury the person, we got to have a cookout. All of those things, those are your people. They just told you they don't have it. I like that question. Oh, are you in insurance? Okay. So you're going to ask questions. It's real easy to get the right people in front of you. And that's what I teach inside my courses. It's real easy to get the right people in front of you. Okay. And so you don't want to even say the word insurance because then people like, oh, she's trying to sell me something. You don't even want to say that. You just want to ask a question. If a family member unexpectedly passed away, and the question would be something like, because we already know, would y'all be having a cookout? Like people are already like, yes. Okay, y'all gonna be selling t-shirts. What y'all gonna be doing? And so those people would just naturally raise their hand. You get the point, right? The thing about it is people don't avoid insurance because they don't care. They avoid it because they don't know and they don't understand why they need it. They don't understand why they need it. They just think it's another expense. They just know it's another expense and money that they don't have. They don't actually understand why they need to have it. And so, in order for you to start getting clients for free on social media, you got to start asking the right question. If you're in real estate, she said, do mine. Okay. If you're in real estate, that's what you do. Okay. Same thing. If you were to ask an engaging question, you can't ask the same question. I'm giving you an example, and then you're going to be smart, baby. You're going to go to any of the other websites. I'm not even going to say the chat one. There's a lot of them. That's not the only one. You can go to and say, hey, can you give me more questions like this as an engagement piece of content for my social media audience? And it's going to give you some more questions. But if you're in real estate, you could say something as simple as, be honest. If you could buy a home with the same payment you're paying in rent, would you want to know how? ? I'm a great question asker, baby. I'm going to ask the right question because it's going to lead to my offer. If I was selling houses, that's what I would be asking. I'm going to spend the next 15 minutes working on lead questions. Cookout. And no, I'm not in insurance, beauty and fashion. Okay. So she's in the beauty and fashion industry. Okay. And so you're going to ask a question about beauty. You can ask a question about fashion, and it's going to and it got to be a little controversial in there. Got to have a little oomph, make them stop the scroll a little bit, because people got to tell you their opinion. They have to tell you on social media. You didn't even ask for it. So if you're in real estate, that's what I will be asking. Be honest. If you could buy a home with the same payment you're paying in rent, would you want to know how? ? Most people are like, yes, tell me how. Info, how? Those are your people. Listen, this is golden. Those are your people. Or you can say something as simple as, if you're in real estate, what matters to you right now? Location, price, or peace of mind? ? What matters to you right now? Location, price, or peace of mind? Thank you. Make sure you get your daily heartbeat. And people are going to tell you, because home isn't just a place, right? It's a decision that changes your future. It's not just, I just live here. You want to feel at peace wherever you choose. If you're a business coach like me, if I have to say this I said this in a one piece of content in my stories. What's stopping you right now? Clarity, confidence, or consistency? Everybody said consistency. Okay. And guess what? I have 3 productivity hacks, a 7-day content calendar, a weekly posting guide, and a power hour strategy that helps them with consistency. I'm going to ask a question that leads to the offer. So what's stopping you right now? Clarity, confidence, or consistency? Everybody going to say consistency. I'm just not consistent. Boom. I have a tool that can help you become more consistent. Okay, that's all this is. Most people don't need motivation. They need a strategy. They just need structure. That's it. Just like on your job, you're not motivated to do that job every day, but because you've done it consistently, it comes natural to you. You get up, you pretend, you go to the meetings, you do your job, you do it over and over and over and over, just like that. See how you woke up and went to that job? That's how you're going to do for your business. That's how you're going to do work for your business. If you're an event planner, same thing. What stresses you out more, planning the event or worrying about, what's going to go wrong? What stresses you out more, planning the event or the money you're going to spend for the event? If I was an event planner, those are the types of questions I would be asking. Because people don't hire event planners for decoration. They hire them for peace. So if I asked a question, what is going to stress you out more, finding a place or the money that it's going to cost you to have the event? I already know whoever answers is my person. So you're going to learn how to ask questions, not pitching, not pitches, just asking questions. Let the comments tell you who to follow up with. The comments are going to tell you who to follow up with. Engagement equals conversations. Conversations equals clients. If you want more sales, stop talking more and start listening better. If you want more sales, stop all that talking. You talk too much. You never shut up. Stop all that talking and start listening. Listening. That's why God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. And so the person who talks the most loses. Even though it seems like I talk a lot, when I'm teaching, I talk a lot. But if I'm in conversation in a selling process of closing someone, I'm not doing the talking. I'm listening. I'm learning. I'm taking notes. That's what I'm doing. I'm listening carefully too. So because I want to hear what's your why. I want to hear your pain point. I want to hear what's going to make you work, because motivation alone won't. So when you don't feel like it, on those days when you don't feel like it, what's going to get you up? What's going to get you on that live? What's going to make you post? Okay, because guess what? When motivation runs low, okay, discipline takes over. You better write that down. When motivation runs low, it's the discipline that keeps you going. I'm disciplined enough to show up on the live. I'm disciplined enough to keep working out. I'm disciplined, even cramping, tired, perimenopause, all the things. I'm disciplined. I show up every Wednesday at 8 p.m. I answer business questions for you. That's consistency and discipline. Not because I feel like razzle dazzle every day. I don't feel like cheering for you every day. I don't feel like pumping you up every day, but because I'm disciplined. I do it every day. You're me? But you never get disciplined because you stop and start. You stop and start, baby. Now, here's what's interesting to me. I tease the women that are in my coaching program all the time. You know, if your loved one, like your boyfriend or your husband or your significant other, whatever you want to call the person, if that person said, hey, I need you to call me every morning and wake me up. I just want to hear your voice every morning. If you could call me every morning and wake me up, somehow you wouldn't forget to do that. Huh? That's interesting. You wouldn't forget to call him and wake him up and say, good morning, wake up, get ready for work, or vice versa. You wouldn't forget. Oh, even when you didn't feel like it, you would remember to do that because it's important to you. The value is there. And so whether you have to schedule it on your clock, you're going to do it. My mother wakes up my sister to this day. She is an adult. My mother wakes up my sister to this day. Every day she called to make sure my sister is up for work. Okay. She does it every day. Every day. And the days she don't have to work, she's like, I don't have to work today. She still called. Oh, I just want to make sure. I don't know what day you got to work. So when people start doing something, it's because it's a priority for them. It's important to them. Yes. She said, I'm calling him. You are. Now, why do you think that is? Why do you think you could remember? You be consistent. You could remember to call him or her every day at a certain time to wake them up for work, to say good morning. You wouldn't have no problem remembering to do that. But when it comes to your business, your legacy, when it comes to you put you first. When it comes to you don't know how to do it. You know, you fell off. You forgot. It wasn't that important. What happened? It's okay to put yourself first. It's okay to say, you know what? I'm choosing me. I'm choosing me over everything. So the thing about what you can do is when you are building relationships on social media, show your face consistently. People connect with the people, not just your logo because it's pretty, not your banner, not because you. The second thing is talk with people, not at them. So you want to make sure you're like, I know that's Bola. I know now Ms. Merla. I'm talking with them. I'm recognizing them. I'm replying to the comments. I'm going to go down in the DMs and say, thank you so much for sharing on the live. You know, I'm building my own personal relationship. And when you go on your lives or you're creating content, lead with encouragement, not a link. You see how I'm giving first? Yes, I have a product. Yes, I have a business. Yes, Pretty People Incorporated is my services. Yes, I teach people sales and marketing strategies. Yes, I teach people how to start conversations that convert into cash. Yes, I've done it for 20 years. Yes, there is a business behind it. But what am I doing right now? Giving you, putting the people first, giving you encouragement, giving you tools you can use right now, complimenting you, supporting you, acknowledging you. You want to also, when you're building on social media, you want to also share real stories, not perfection. Real stories, real lessons, wins, headaches, challenges, family stuff, real life builds relatability and loyalty, real life issues. I talk about my boys, hashtag mama boys. I give you stories about the boys. I give you my story that I was working in corporate America. I left corporate America because I wanted time freedom and I started this home-based business and I was like, I got to be successful. And I went to the top 1% of that company and I earned the trips and the diamonds and the cars. And then I was doing so well in that business. Then the business wasn't doing well because everybody was online and I was not online. Oh, thank you. She said, y'all can't read this, so I'm going to read it for you. She said, now look at this. She said, your personality is inviting. It makes me want to purchase your products. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You know, and that's what you want. You want to invite people in. You want people to see you and say, I want to work with that person, or I want to learn from that person, or I want to collaborate with that person. You want people to come in. Your right people will come. Your vibe attracts your tribe. They're coming. People are looking for you. Like they're scrolling. They're looking for you. Like, where is she? She sells beauty products. Where is she? You said beauty products and something else. Hold on. You said beauty products and jewelry. No, what was it? I saw it. Fashion, beauty and fashion. Right? So whether that's apparel, jewelry, whatever, beauty and fashion, people are looking for you, baby. They don't know how to dress. They need your expertise. They need you to tell them that you can wear hoop earrings and be dressed up. You can wear hoop earrings with jeans. They need you to tell them how to accessorize. They need you in their lives, but they don't know you exist because you didn't show up and you didn't start conversations and you weren't consistent. And so I love that. Thank you so much for saying that. You know, it's amazing who God brings into your life. And so I'm always so grateful for people like you. So thank you so much for wanting to support. Make sure you get your daily heart me. Make sure you follow. And so here's the deal. You always want people like this in your life. Share your real stories. I tell you real stories, things that has happened. I've lost thousands of dollars at woo. And so all of these things happen to the best of us. But you follow up with care. You want to check in because you care, not because you just want to sell. Relationships compound over time. You want to make sure you're checking in with people who are loving on your content. You're asking questions. There's a girl that I met one time and she checks on me all the time. And so you want to, and you're like, oh, that's so nice for you to still think of me after all of this time. People do business with people because they choose to, not because they have to. We can always find others doing the same thing or selling the same product. It's the personal connection that makes you different. It's the personal connection that makes me different. People can buy from whomever they want to buy from. They can go to Amazon, eBay, whatever, and buy whatever product that you're selling, but they're buying it because it's you. And I want to tell you, if you're listening to the sound of my voice, you're good enough. You're smart enough for the place you're ultimately supposed to be at in life. And you got to know that you are enough. It doesn't matter. Thank you so much for 5,000. Thank you so much. Whoop, whoop. We hit 5,000 on my backup account. Oh, sorry. We've hit 5,000 on my backup account. Woo! So this is my new account, Jerusha Official. We're growing this account. So follow this account. My other account has 45,000 followers. Okay. So I still have that one, but this is where we want to be. We want to be over here 100% of the time. So follow Jerusha Official. Okay. Follow this account. I only have 300 followers so far. We just started this account and this is where I want to be. And this is where I want to serve my community and really build something great over here in 2026. All right. So did I answer all of your questions? Yes. Listen, dedication online doesn't mean perfection. It means consistency. So I said that. Yes, you're going to show up even when engagement is low. I was on a Zoom call, and one of the young ladies, she said, you know, her lives have been low. You know, her attendance in her live has been low. Listen, showing up even when engagement is low. You post anyway. You go live anyway. You build anyway. You do it anyway. Now, if you have to tweak like me, I was like, you know what? Let me start another page in 2026. Let's see what happens. Maybe this page has ran its course for what I'm looking for. Not that the page isn't great. It's just, you know, I just want to do more than what I can see. So sometimes you have to change. You know, I'm not in control over the algorithm. I'm in control of my actions. I'm not in control of who shows up, who engages. I'm in control of my actions. Again, me, me, me. And so we don't want to blame the algorithm, TikTok change, the US habit. All those things are out of our control. What are you going to do next? The question is, what you going to do next? Now what? You going to get off of it? Now what? Social media is here to stay. Hello. So learning instead of quitting. When something doesn't work, you study. You don't stop. Come on, Jesus. You study it. You don't stop. So I studied that account and I said, oh, let's start another one. You study, not stop. Being consistent with your message. I'm always talking about how to scale your businesses to 6 and 7 figures. Same mission, same heart, same values, same love, even when results are delayed. What's her name? What's the pastor name? She said delayed gratifications. What's her name? Oh man, she's a minister or preacher. She comes on TV all the time, like 6 a.m. in the morning. Joyce Myers. Yes. She says it's delayed gratification. So even though you don't see the results yet, you keep doing it. You keep studying it. You keep perfecting it. Even when you don't see it, right? You keep seeing it. You don't see it in the physical, but you see it in your mind sight. And so delayed gratification is a real thing. And then when God does show up, baby, you're going to be blown away. It's not over to the fat lady sing. And the fat lady ain't singing. Oh, she's not singing. So if you love this type of content, please follow me on Jerusha Official. Please follow me on Jerusha Official. That is my new TT account. That's where I want to be. Obviously, we're going to grow this account from 300 right now to 1,000 by the end of February. We have 300 followers right now on Jerusha Official. We want to get it to 1,000. My new account, the backup account, Jerusha Official. Please follow me on TT on Jerusha Official. Hello, girl. Hey, wonderful. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Make sure you follow. We're going to grow this account from 300 to 1,000 new followers. 1,000 people who want to learn sales and marketing. They want to scale their businesses. 1,000 people by February 28th. So if you're not following yet, make sure you follow. Hey, gorgeous. How you doing? Nisi in the building. Hey, Nisi. How you doing? So yes, thank you so much for this time. As always, I'm here every Wednesday night to answer your questions in my community. I'm just thankful that grace and mercy follow me. I'm Jerusha, and I'll see you on the page. Bye, peoples. Yes, so